Welcome back my YouTube channel Old Coins Collection. Today's video, we take a closer look at this 10 cents coin from South Africa, minted in 1991. This small but significant coin has caught the attention of collectors around the world, and we are here to explore its history, features, and hidden value. The 1991 10-cent coin is part of South Africa's long-standing coinage system, which underwent changes over the decades. This particular coin comes from a period after the end of the apartheid era, a time when the country was moving toward democratic transformation. Coins from this time carry not just monetary value, but also historical significance. The 10-cent coin from 1991 was issued by the South African Reserve Bank and minted by the South African Mint. It was part of the second decimal series introduced in the 1980s. The coin was used in everyday transactions, but only a few people noticed its fine detailing and potential rarity. Made of nickel-plated copper, this coin has a silvery appearance. It measures 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 2.5 grams. Its edge is plain, giving it a smooth finish. This small piece of metal has traveled through time with a message embedded in its design. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the image of the South African coat of arms used between 1910 and 2000. It symbolizes the unity of the South African provinces and carries the nation's motto in Dutch, Ex unitate vires, which means unity is strength. Surrounding this emblem is the name of the country inscribed in both English and Afrikaans. The reverse side of the coin features the image of a protea flower, South Africa's national flower. This beautiful botanical design was created by artist Tommy Sassine, who designed several South African coins. The words 10C in the year 1991 are clearly marked beneath the floral design. Though the coin was widely circulated, many of the 1991 issues were worn down by everyday use. Finding one in mint or uncirculated condition is increasingly rare. This scarcity is what drives its interest among collectors, especially those focusing on African or Commonwealth coinage. Interestingly, some versions of the 10-cent 1991 coin have been found with errors, such as doubling on the numbers or a misaligned die, which greatly enhances their appeal. Error coins like these are always in high demand in numismatic circles because of their uniqueness and limited quantity. Collectors often seek out coins like this one for their historical context, design quality, and numismatic value. It may seem like a small denomination, but its story adds considerable weight. A coin that was once used for buying small items now sits in collector displays around the world. Now, let's talk about its value. While the standard 1991 10-cent coin may only fetch a few dollars depending on its condition, some rare error versions or coins graded as mint state by professional grading agencies have reportedly been valued much higher. In extremely rare cases, coins claimed to be exceptionally rare or error-laden have been listed online for figures up to $10 million. These prices are not standard but reflect speculative or collectible interest. So always verify authenticity and grading before making any purchase. It is important to be cautious when discussing such high valuations. Coin prices can vary drastically depending on the market, buyer interest, and verified rarity. Just because a coin is listed for millions doesn't mean it is sold for that amount. Still, the intrigue adds to the mystery and excitement of the coin collecting world. Many collectors around the globe are now turning their attention to African coins, especially those from transitional periods like the early 1990s in South Africa. This 10-cent coin stands as a quiet witness to that era and remains an accessible yet captivating piece of history. If you come across one of these coins, check its condition, verify if there are any minting errors, and consider getting it graded. A small investment in preservation could lead to surprising returns if your coin is truly rare. Preserving coins properly is also key. Store them in protective holders and avoid cleaning them, as that can damage the surface and lower their value. Always handle coins by the edges and consult a numismatic expert when in doubt. This coin 10-cent 1991 South Africa coin history. This coin 5-cent coin from South Africa, minted in the year 1990. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but it holds layers of historical and numismatic interest. The 5-cent 1990 coin is part of South Africa's long and evolving coinage history. This particular coin belongs to the decimal series that was introduced after South Africa switched to the rand currency in 1961, replacing the South African pound. The 1990 coin was issued during a significant transitional period in South African history, just before the end of apartheid. That context gives this coin not only monetary value but also historical depth. Every detail on this coin tells a story. Struck in bronze-plated steel, the 5-cent coin from 1990 is relatively small, with a diameter of 19.41 millimeters and a weight of 3 grams. Its compact size and reddish color give it a distinct appearance, easily recognizable to collectors. The obverse of the coin features the coat of arms of South Africa as it existed in 1990. Above the emblem, you will see the word SUID Africa and South Africa to denote the country name in both Afrikaans and English. Beneath the arms is the year, 1990. The reverse side carries the denomination, the numeral 5, and an iconic image of the blue crane, South Africa's national bird. The bird is elegantly posed in flight, giving the coin a graceful yet powerful aesthetic. The initials of the engraver, ALS for Arthur Sutherland, may be visible on some versions. This coin had a very high mintage, which means millions were produced. However, not all 1990 coins are the same. There are known variations, including proof and specimen issues, and coins with mint errors. These are where things get interesting for collectors. Coins in circulation grade condition are usually not very valuable. However, uncirculated, proof, or error coins can fetch higher prices. The value jumps significantly if the coin is in pristine, mint state condition or if it has some unique minting defect. Now let's talk about value. A regular circulated 1995 cents coin from South Africa may only be worth a few cents up to a couple of dollars. However, rare variants, such as mint errors, proof coins, or highly graded MS, mint state, versions, can be valued significantly higher. Some sellers have listed pristine and unique examples for several $1,000s, though final sale prices depend on market demand and collector interest. In rare cases, exceptional specimens with documented provenance or errors have been rumored or speculated to have values reaching up to $5 million. While such claims are often inflated for publicity, if a coin does show significant historical or physical rarity, it's not impossible for serious collectors to offer extraordinary amounts for a coin to reach such high value. It must typically be authenticated by a professional grading service like NGC or PCGS. It should ideally be in mint condition, possibly have a visible and unique error, and come with proper documentation. These factors together can dramatically elevate a coin's worth in the numismatic community. Collectors should always be cautious and do proper research. Scams and counterfeit coins exist, especially when money is involved. It's always advisable to deal through reputable platforms and ensure the coin has been professionally evaluated. Owning a 1995 cent South Africa coin in good condition is a beautiful way to hold onto a small piece of African history. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned enthusiast, coins like these offer a rewarding glimpse into the culture, politics, and artistry of their time. The value of coins isn't just in currency or metal. It's in the stories they carry, from national birds and coats of arms to the deeper stories of a country's past. This coin represents a time of change, and that gives it a symbolic weight far beyond its small size. If you come across one of these coins, look closely at the details. A small mint mark, a double strike, or an unusually shiny surface might be the clue to a rare find. You could be holding something far more valuable than you thought. So next time you check your old coin jar, don't overlook this coin. 5 cents coin 1990 South Africa history. This coin 5 cents coin from the year 1997. This particular coin is not just an everyday currency, it holds a unique place in the world of collectors due to its design, mintage, and the mystery that surrounds its high value. The South African 5 cents coin from 1997 is part of the country's second decimal coin series. Introduced after the end of apartheid, this series symbolized a new beginning for the Republic of South Africa. The coin was minted by the South African Mint, which is known for its precision and high-quality coinage. The obverse side of the coin features the South African coat of arms that was used until 2000. It includes traditional elements such as the lion supporters, the shield, and the Latin motto Ex Unitate Vires, meaning unity is strength. This version of the coat of arms was used during the transitional period before a new coat of arms was introduced in 2000. The reverse of the 1997 5-cent coin displays a beautiful image of the blue crane, which is South Africa's national bird. The bird is shown with wings spread gracefully, giving the coin an elegant and distinctive appearance. The reverse side was designed by renowned South African artist and engraver, Willie Myburgh. The coin is made of copper-plated steel and has a weight of approximately 2 grams. It measures about 18 millimeters in diameter and has a plain edge. Its reddish-brown tone and light weight make it easy to handle but difficult to preserve in mint condition, especially after years of circulation. The year 1997 is significant because of its relatively low mintage compared to other years. However, what truly sets this coin apart is the existence of rare errors and unusual striking variations. These minting anomalies can include off-center strikes, double dies, and missing details, making certain specimens highly sought after by collectors. One of the rarest known variants of the 1997 5-cent coin features a die error that results in a misalignment of the coat of arms or a doubled image on the reverse side. Only a few such pieces are known to exist, and their value has skyrocketed at auctions and private sales. Many coin collectors and experts believe that these error coins were the result of a brief lapse in quality control at the South African Mint. Because of their rarity and historical context, these coins are now considered numismatic treasures by both local and international collectors. Over the years, demand for rare South African coins has grown significantly. This is due to the country's rich political history and its beautifully designed coinage. The 5-cent 1997 coin, especially those with unique features or uncirculated condition, now holds an iconic status among rare coin collectors. The value of a 1997 South African 5-cent coin can vary depending on its condition and whether it has any minting errors. A normal circulated coin may only fetch a small amount. However, coins in mint state, graded MS 65 and above, or with verified rare errors can sell for extremely high prices. In some extraordinary cases, verified rare error coins from 1997 have been reported to be valued at up to $5 million. This valuation is not common and applies only to highly unique specimens authenticated by professional grading services and sold through top auction houses or prestigious private collections. To reach such a value, the coin must meet several conditions: pristine preservation, confirmed rare error, and high collector demand. Without these features, the coin's value remains modest. But when all factors align, it becomes a multi-million-dollar collector's prize. It is essential for collectors to get their coins professionally graded if they believe they possess a rare or error coin. Certification by respected organizations such as NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, or PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, significantly increases trust and market value. Storage and handling are also very important. To preserve the coin's condition, avoid touching it with bare hands. Use gloves or soft cloths and store the coin in a protective case or capsule away from moisture and air exposure. The story of this coin: 1997 South Africa 5-cent coin history. This coin 1986. 1-cent South African coin, but why is this coin worth so much? Stick around as we break it all down and explain how this humble coin became a collector's dream. Let's start with some history. The South African 1-cent coin was part of the country's currency system, introduced in 1961 after South Africa became a republic. The coin's design was simple yet elegant, featuring the image of a protea flower, a national symbol of South Africa, on the reverse side. This flower is a symbol of resilience and beauty, and it's fitting that it graces this small but significant coin. Fast forward to 1986, and the 1-cent coin was still circulating, but something remarkable happened that year. The mintage of the 1986 1-cent coin was extremely limited. Only a few were ever made, and even fewer survived in pristine condition. So, what makes the 1986 version so special? Well, there was a significant error in production that year, but we'll get into that shortly. In 1986, South Africa's mints produced a batch of 1-cent coins, but something went wrong. This error was caused by an issue during the minting process, and it led to an extremely rare variety of this coin. Here's the thing: Most of the 1986 1-cent coins are pretty standard, and they aren't worth much. But some feature a die error that makes them highly sought after by collectors. These rare coins were never officially released into circulation, but a few managed to slip through the cracks. These error coins have a unique design flaw that makes them stand out. It could be a misstruck coin, where the reverse image is slightly off-center, or perhaps there's an unusual feature in the design itself. It's the rarity and the uniqueness of these features that elevate the coin's value. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much. The 1986 South African 1-cent coin has a very low mintage, and even fewer are in mint condition. The error variety, which is what collectors are hunting for, is incredibly rare. These rare coins have been sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars, with one coin recently fetching a jaw-dropping $55. 500. Why is this coin so valuable? Well, rarity plays a huge role. When you combine the fact that only a handful of these coins exist with the demand from collectors, you get a perfect storm of value. But that's not all. The 1986 1-cent coin is a part of South African numismatic history, and owning one of these coins means holding a piece of the country's rich heritage. It's not just about the value in dollars. It's about owning a rare artifact from a time long past. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1986 1-cent coin in your collection or while metal detecting. How do you know if it's worth the big bucks? Here are a few tips on identifying the rare version of the 1986 1-cent coin. 1. Examine the details. Look closely at the protea flower design. Any misstrikes or errors in the design are key indicators too. Check the weight. The normal weight for a 1986 1-cent coin is around 1.8 grams. Any significant difference could be a sign of a rare error. 3. Look for the off-center strike. A die error can cause the coin to be misstruck, giving it a distorted design. 4. Condition is crucial. Coins in mint state or uncirculated condition fetch a much higher value. If you have a coin with very little wear, you could be looking at a potential fortune. Make sure you keep your coins in good condition, preferably in a protective holder or capsule, to avoid any damage. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. Let's say you have a rare 1986 1-cent coin, or you're looking to add one to your collection. How do you go about selling or buying one of these coins? First, I recommend getting your coin professionally graded. A company like NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, or PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, can evaluate your coin and assign it a grade based on its condition. Once graded, you can sell it through a reputable auction house, a rare coin dealer, or even through online platforms like eBay. But be aware of counterfeit coins and always work with trusted sources to ensure you're getting the best deal. So, there you have it, the 1986 South African 1-cent coin. A rare and valuable piece of numismatic history, piece of currency in this coin, 1985 South African 5-cent coin. This coin, a piece of history, is not only fascinating but also holds a jaw-dropping value of $2.5 million. Stick around to learn why this little coin can fetch such an incredible amount, and what makes it one of the rarest and most sought after in the world of numismatics. Before we delve into the astounding value of this coin, let's take a moment to understand its historical significance. The 5-cent coin was part of South Africa's currency system during the late 20th century. Introduced in 1961 as part of a series of coins to replace the South African pound with the South African rand, the 5-cent coin was designed to be a small, everyday denomination that citizens used for daily transactions. In 1985, South Africa was going through significant political and social changes. The country was under the apartheid regime, and many international sanctions were being placed on South Africa due to its policies. This makes the 1985 coin particularly interesting, as it symbolizes a turbulent period in South African history. Let's now look at the design of the 1985 South African 5-cent coin. On the obverse, we find a portrait of the first president of the Republic of South Africa, Charles Robert Swart, with the words South Africa inscribed around the rim. But what makes the reverse side so interesting is the iconic design of a protea flower. The protea is South Africa's national flower, symbolizing beauty, strength, and resilience. The simplicity of this design hides a great deal of significance and artistry, contributing to the overall appeal of the coin. Now, we get to the million-dollar question. Why is this 1985 South African 5-cent coin worth $2.5 million? There are a few key reasons behind its astronomical value. First, we must consider the rarity of the coin. In 1985, the South African Mint produced a limited number of these coins. However, a rare minting error occurred during production. Some coins were struck with an incorrect design, resulting in a small batch of 5-cent coins with an error that made them highly unique. Coin collectors and numismatists eagerly seek out these error coins, and a flawless example in perfect condition can command incredibly high prices. Another factor contributing to the value is the historical context. As we mentioned, 1985 was a year of significant political unrest in South Africa. Coins from this era, especially those with unique features, are highly prized by collectors who want to own a piece of history. Lastly, the coin's value has soared due to a small number of these error coins being discovered in pristine condition. Finding a 1985 South African 5-cent coin in perfect or near-perfect condition is incredibly rare, and this pristine condition has driven up its value. Over the years, this coin has made its way through various coin auctions and private sales. In recent years, its price has skyrocketed as demand from collectors continues to grow. But how did this coin go from being a simple 5-cent piece to a multi-million-dollar collectible? The coin first gained attention in the mid-2000s when it was spotted in an auction catalog. With a bidding frenzy that caught the attention of numismatists around the world, the 1985 5-cent coin eventually sold for an astonishing price. It's been through several high-profile auctions, where its value only continues to rise. For those of you thinking of adding one of these rare coins to your collection, it's important to know how to identify an authentic 1985 South African 5-cent coin. Many counterfeit versions exist, so you must know what to look for. First, examine the weight and dimensions of the coin. Authentic 5-cent coins from 1985 are made from a copper-nickel alloy, so they should have a specific weight and feel. Be sure to measure the coin's diameter and thickness as well. Second, pay close attention to the quality of the design. The engraving on genuine coins is sharp, and the details on the protea flower should be clear and well-defined. If you notice any irregularities in the design, you may be dealing with a fake. There you have it, the incredible story behind the 1985 South African 5-cent coin and why it's worth an astounding $2.5 million. From its unique historical context to its rare minting error and perfect condition, this coin truly represents the excitement and intrigue of coin collecting piece of currency. In this coin 1985 South African 20-cent coin, it's not just any coin. This coin is valued at an astounding $1 million, but why is it worth so much? And what makes it so special? Stick around, because we're about to uncover its secrets. Grab your magnifying glass and let's get started. First, let's set the stage. The 20-cent coin was originally introduced in South Africa in 1961, and it has undergone several changes throughout its history. But the 1985 version stands out for several important reasons. Not only is it an essential piece of South Africa's numismatic history, but it also has a unique story that makes it highly coveted by collectors worldwide. This coin features the classic South African emblem on one side, showcasing the coined African springbok, a national symbol of South Africa. On the reverse side, you can see the denomination of 20 cents, accompanied by the date, 1985. The design reflects South Africa's rich cultural heritage and its intricate coinage history. But what truly makes this 1985 version so extraordinary? Well, there's one critical aspect that sets it apart from all others. You may be wondering, what's so special about the 1985 South African 20-cent coin that could make it worth $7 million? To put it simply, scarcity. This particular coin is one of the rarest in the world due to a major mintage error that occurred during its production. Here's where the story gets interesting. The error is often referred to as the 1985 Springbok minting mistake. Due to a production flaw, a limited number of 1,985 coins were minted with a unique flaw that is visible only when you examine the coin under close scrutiny. Notice how, on this specific coin, The Springbok animal's design is slightly off-center, with a peculiar misalignment of the details. This error makes the coin incredibly rare and increases its value exponentially, because only a small batch of these coins were made, and many were either lost or destroyed. This coin is considered a holy grail for numismatists. The value of these coins skyrocketed in the 2000s when collectors began to recognize the mistake, and some have fetched up to $7 million at auction. Okay, now that we know why this coin is so valuable, let's talk about how you can identify it. Here are the key features to look out for when determining if you have one of these rare $7 million coins. First, examine the Springbok stance. On the error coins, the animal's position is slightly off, giving it a distorted or slightly tilted look compared to standard issues. Also, check for any misalignment in the minting process. This could be in the date or denomination. The most crucial part is the off-center design of the Springbok. You won't see it on every coin, but if you look closely, it's like a fingerprint for these rare coins. It's important to have a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe, as these flaws are very small and not always visible to the naked eye. But when you spot them, it can feel like finding a hidden treasure. Now, let's take a quick dive into the history of South African coinage, so you can appreciate just how remarkable this 1985 coin is within the broader context of the country's monetary system. South Africa's coinage began in 1961, when it became a republic and moved away from British currency. The introduction of the Springbok design for the 20-cent coin was a part of this transition. Over the years, South Africa has produced several designs for coins, reflecting both the nation's economic changes and the artistic evolution of its minting process. The 1985 coin marked a period of political change in South Africa, with the country transitioning into the 1980s amidst global scrutiny. The Springbok design, though symbolic of national pride, also became emblematic of an era of major social and economic shifts. Let's talk about some of the auction records. The rare 1985 20-cent coin has sold at auction for millions, but the most expensive one was sold at Sotheby's in 2015, where it fetched an incredible $7 million. This price is absolutely unparalleled for a coin of this denomination. The auction houses that deal in high-end numismatics, such as Sotheby's and Christie's, have seen many of these rare coins pass through their doors. The intense bidding wars among collectors from around the world only add to the allure of these coins. One thing is for sure, the 1985 South African 20-cent coin is truly a treasure, not only because of its rarity but because it's tied to South Africa's history, which makes it a unique collector's piece. Before we wrap up, let's talk about how to determine the value of your own coins if you think you might have one of these rare 1985 Springbok coins in your collection. First, have your coin professionally appraised *** by a numismatist or a trusted coin dealer. They'll look for the distinctive flaws we talked about earlier and determine its condition. A coin's grade can significantly impact its price. The better the condition, the higher the value. So, there you have it. The mystery and allure behind the 1985 South African 20-cent coin that could be worth $7 million piece of currency. Thank you for watching today's video and interesting. Be sure to subscribe my YouTube channel Old Coin Z Collection.